What kingdom? The Roman Empire. And telling him, hey, if you bow down to me, if you sell out to me, I could give you great riches and I could give you great fame in this kingdom. This is what was going on. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will give it. If thou therefore wilt worship me, all shall be thine. And Yahawashi answered and said unto him, get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. Yeah, he said, man, get your bitch ass about. Matter of fact, let me calm down before my video get cut. But basically it was like, man, Esau, get your red ass up out of my face, man. I don't want nothing of your kingdom. I ain't selling out. What you think this is? You know what I'm saying? I ain't selling out. I'm about my father's business. And he brought him to Jerusalem and set him on the pinnacle of the temple and said unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down from hence. For it is written, he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee. And in their hands they shall bear thee, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against the stone. And Yahawashi answered and said unto him, it is said, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. Yeah, Esau, Edom, so-called white man. All right, one of these wicked men that was in power. One of these Caesars was tempting Yahawashi, trying to see what type of power he had, trying to get Yahawashi to use his powers to try to figure out if Yahawashi was who they say he was. And Yahawashi wasn't having it. Like, man, I ain't about to flex in front of you. I ain't about to show you what I could do. Get out my face. And when the devil had ended all the temptation, he departed from him for a season. Verse 14. And Yahawashi, so this, once again, this is where Yahawashi were. Yahawashi was in the wilderness. All right, now 40 days, 40 nights. All right, and Yahawashi returned in the power of the Spirit into Galilee, and there went out a fame of him throughout all the region round about, and he taught in the synagogues, being glorified of all. So when Yahawashi came out of the wilderness, where did he go? He went unto Galilee. He didn't even go back to the prophets. He didn't go back to the disciples. He didn't go back to John. They haven't seen him. It's 40-something days. They haven't seen him. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And as his custom was, he went into the synagogues on the Sabbath day and stood up for to read. So he went to Nazareth. This is where he went after he came out of the wilderness and started to preach. And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. He closed the book, and he gave it again to the minister, and sat down. And the eyes of all them that were in the synagogues were fastened on him. And he began to say unto them, this day is this scripture fulfilled in your ears. So he told them, I'm the one. I'm that guy. I'm him. You see that? Now watch what these damn wicked ass Israelites do. And all bear him witness, and wondered at the gracious words which proceeded out of his mouth. And they said, is not this Joseph's son? And he said unto them, ye will surely say unto me this proverb, physician, heal thyself. Whatsoever we have done in Capernaum, do also here in thy country. And he said, verily I say unto you, no prophet is accepted in his own country. But I tell you of a truth, many widows were in Israel in the days of Elias, when the heaven was shut up 3 years and 6 months, when great famine was throughout all the land. But unto none of them was Elias sent, save unto Sarepta, a city of Sidon, unto a woman that was a widow. And many lepers were in Israel in the time of Elisus the prophet, and none of them were cleansed, saving Naaman the Syrian. And all they in the synagogue, when they heard these things, they were filled with wrath. So what was he telling them? He was telling them that, hey, I know y'all ain't, I know most of y'all ain't gonna believe. All right. And just like the prophets before, when they went into the cities, it was only one or two that believed. So yeah, you ain't gonna understand this. You ain't gonna get this. And this is what we tell you, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We know, hey man, we know when we make these videos, we know when we go to the street corners, that most of y'all ain't gonna believe, because y'all have not the eyes to see or the ears to hear. You see that? And all day in the synagogue, when they heard these things, were filled with wrath, and rose up and thrust him out of the city, and led him unto the brow of the hill wherein their city was built, that they might cast him down headlong. But he, passing through the midst of them, went his way. Yeah. So they tried hey, they tried to take him out, man. But he ended up getting away from him and passed his way. So this is where Yahawashi was, man. 40 days, 40 nights, and then he went into Nazareth to try to preach the word. But amongst his own, he was not accepted. Amongst his own city. All right. So now he's moving the ministry. So now that he's moving the ministry, let's find out what this is him moving the ministry. And as he's moving the ministry, guess what? He's finna go get his disciples, man. Now it's time to make shit move. All right. This Matthew chapter 4 verse 12. And I know this video is long. Now, when Yahawashi heard that John was cast into prison, now he's hearing that John was cast into prison. John haven't seen Yahawashi in probably like 50 days. All right. He departed into Galilee and leaving Nazareth. See, just him leaving Nazareth. All right. Once again, he went to speak unto his people. His people didn't accept him. Now he's leaving. He came and dwelt in Capernaum, which is upon the sea coast, in the borders of Zebulun and Naphtali, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali by the way of the sea beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles, the people which sat in darkness saw great light, and to them which sat in the region and shadow of death, light is sprung up. So yeah, this is Yahawashi coming, the light, all right, bringing the light to the dead. Who is the dead? The Israelites. For that time Yahawashi began to preach and say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And Yahawashi, walking by the sea of Galilee, saw two brethren, Simon Peter and Andrew, his brother, casting a net into the sea, for there were fishes. So this is Simon Peter and Andrew finally seeing Yahawashi again after like 40 something or 50 days done went by, and they see Yahawashi walking. All right. And he saith unto them, Yahawashi saith unto them, follow me, I will make you fisher of men. Hey, come on, let's go. It's time to get this work in. And they already knew who he was. So yo, they dropped them nets. Like, oh shit, it's time. It's time. Hey, it's time to restore the kingdom. They ready. And they straightway left their nets and followed him. Yeah, they straightway left their nets and followed him, because they already knew who that was. They was already kicking it with him. And going on from thence, he saw other two brethren, James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother, in a ship with Zebedee, their father, mending their nets, and he called them. And they immediately left the ship and their father and followed him. And Yahawashi went about all of Galilee, teaching in the synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing all manner of sickness and all manner of diseases among the people. And his fame went throughout all Syria. And they brought unto him all sick people that were taken with diverse disease and torments, and those which were possessed with devils, and those which were lunatic, and those that had the palsy, and he healed them. And there followed him great multitudes of people from Galilee, and from Decapolis, and from Jerusalem, and from Judea, and from beyond Jordan. So his fame is going out. So as his fame is going out, where is John? John is in prison. John ain't even seen him. 40 something to 50, in between 40 to 50 something days done went by, and John has not seen him. But now you got the fame going out. Now you got people. Hey, it's a guy running around here healing people. He's preaching a different type of gospel with more understanding. He's doing all these great works. Yeah, the fame is going out. So as the fame is going out, guess what? John hears about the fame. But he don't know who's doing the fame. Why? Because he ain't there to see. He in prison. And he ain't seen Yahawashi or heard anything about Yahawashi for 40 something days. Because why? Because Yahawashi was in the wilderness for 40 days. And then when he came out of the wilderness, he went to Nazareth. He wasn't in the region where John was at. Now he's back in the region where John is at. And now you're hearing the fame. Now let's get into why John said what he said. And this is Luke chapter 7, verse 11. And it came to pass the day after that he went into the city called Nain, and much of his disciples went with him, and much people. Now when he came nigh to the gate of the city, behold, there was a dead man carried out, the only son of his mother, and she had a widow, and much people of the city was with her. And when the Lord saw her, he had compassion on her, and said unto her, Weep not. And he came and touched the bier, and they that bare him stood still, and he said, Young man, I say unto thee, arise. And he that was dead sat up, and began to speak, and he delivered him to his mother. And they came in fear on all, and they glorified God, saying that a great prophet is risen up among us, and that God have visited his people. And this rumor of him went forth throughout all Judea, and throughout all the region round about. And the disciples of John showed him of all these things. And John, calling unto him 2 of his disciples, sent them to Yahawashi, saying, Art thou he that should come, or look we for another? So what happened? He was doing all these great miracles. John hearing about it by his disciples. So he's like, damn, this got to be my boy. This got to be Yahawashi though. Is it? I mean, go to the guy that y'all seeing perform all these great miracles, and ask him, is he the one that we look for? Tell him I sent you. Tell him you are of John, like you represent me. Tell him I sent you. And when the men will come unto him, they said, John Baptist have sent us unto thee, saying, Art thou he that should come, or look we for another? And in the same hour he cured many of their infirmities and plagues, and of evil spirits, and unto many that were blind he gave sight. Salakia. Then Yahawashi answering said unto them, Go your way and tell John what things ye have seen and heard, how that the blind see and the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear, the dead are raised, to the poor the gospel is preached, and blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. So he told him, hey, go tell John what you seeing. Go tell John the works that I'm doing. Tell him I'm out here gathering in the sheep. I'm preaching the word. And when you tell him this, he's going to understand that, I'm him. Because once again, John already knew who Yahawashi was. So you best believe when those disciples went back and told John what they saw Yahawashi doing, he very well understood that was Yahawashi. All right. And in verse 23, it said, And blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. Now is Yahawashi talking about John right here when it said, Blessed is he that is not offended in me? He's not talking about John. Let's see who he's talking about. Let's continue reading. And when the messengers of John were departed, he began to speak unto the people concerning John. Now he's finna speak about John. What went ye out into the wilderness for to see? A reed shaken with the wind? But what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they which are gorgeously apparelled and live delicately are in king's courts. But what went ye out for to see? A prophet? Yeah, I say unto you, and much more than a prophet. So Yahawashi is telling you, hey man, you went out to see much more than a prophet, man. He's greater than, he's the greatest prophet, man. This is what Yahawashi is telling you. So how you simpletons at ISUPK is talking about John feel like the truth, man. John wasn't in the truth, man. What did Yahawashi just say, man? That he not only was he a prophet, he much more than a prophet, man. He's the greatest prophet. Verse 27, This is he of whom it is written, Behold, I will send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare thy way before thee. For I say unto you, among those that are born of women, there is not a greater prophet than John the Baptist, man. You see that? But he that is least in the kingdom of God is greater than he. But in the kingdom of heaven, when we get in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be greater than John, man. Why? For we shall be perfect, man. All right? That's why. And all the people that heard him and the publicans justified Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi, being baptized with the baptism of John. But the Pharisees, you see that? This is the one, these are who he was talking about. That shall be what? Let's go up. These are the ones that shall be offended. You see that? These guys right here. But the Pharisees and the lawyers rejected the counsel of God against themselves, being not baptized of him. You see that? So that's who got offended. All right? The Pharisees. They didn't get baptized of him. They didn't believe in what he was saying. Just like from the beginning when they was questioning John on what he was doing. You get that? So this is the truth of the matter. This is the true understanding of what went on. So with that, I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem Rakwakodash. Double honors to my elders at Great Millstone. Honor to all the brethren out here doing the work in the will of the Father in truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Have you seen this guy? I would like to say hi.